getting annual fee refunds, all of Mark's bank bonuses in 2025, how to get 100,000 AA miles, all that coming up right now on MTM Travel. Happy Thursday, Mark. I know you're getting ready for a nice flight to Vegas coming up soon.
Yeah, we're flying out tonight, and I gave my son the ultimate traveler question that everybody always asks. I said, would you rather me book the Delta nonstop, which I think, was like we get into Vegas at 8 o'clock at night, both leave about the same time, and that's an economy, and we'll just do that, and you do your 3.5, 4 hour flight, be done with it. Or, for about the same cost miles wise, it came up on Alaska that I could book American connecting through Phoenix. So we get there 2 hours later. I don't think we're going to do anything the first night anyway, but you'll be in first class. And what do you think he picked?
I would say he picked first class because he's a kid, but he's a smart kid, so I'm hoping he picked the direct flight.
He picked business, but then he was like him and haw back and forth. But he's like, well, we're not going to do anything anyways. Okay, let's do that. I was like, all right.
Famous last words when that connection gets delayed. That connection.
Now, if it was connecting through Dallas, I wouldn't even have offered it because that's the worst. But since it was Phoenix, I figured we'll probably be safe there. I never really had problems going through Phoenix, so I offered up the either or.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think actually it's a bad idea, especially since you're getting there late, didn't have any plans, and it's about the experience. He's young, and it's all good. It really just depends on exposing yourself to the connection, and the chances of that going bad are small. But you know what the risks are, and it gives you another good story if something goes wrong.
I mean, it's such a quick flight from Phoenix. If we get stuck there or whatever, and oh crap, let me knock. Okay, if we get stuck there, fly out in the morning, not a big deal. I just hope I don't lose my Las Vegas reservation or anything. But I'm like, well, we'll figure it out. Nothing major. At least it's not like international, or we still have a long flight ahead of us or anything like that. And it's just me and him, which makes it easier versus the whole family and all those things. I was kind of hoping he'd lean towards that because I know I'm going to be working the whole time. So it's so much better working when you have that space versus like crammed in there. So I was okay with it, knowing that, hey, we'll get there, we'll get late, we'll just go and pass out, get up early, start the day super early because we'll still be on East Coast time, and we'll be super tired by the time we get to the room because it will be after midnight by then. So it worked out. I didn't hate the choice.
Well, let's hope you don't change your flight 3 more times before you actually take off tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
Just leaning into all the people who say that you change your plans too much, Mark.
Yeah.
That it's too chaotic for them.
No, I get that. And this was like, hey, both cost the same to me. So what do you want to do? Which I think was kind of cool. Usually it doesn't work out that way.
And we can forget that being a kid, I mean, heck, adults. I remember the first time I flew in domestic first class. It was like, it was so cool. And not that this is the first time, and not that he doesn't have other experience, but when you're young, like the novelty of that, it's still important. And so, yeah, I mean, it actually is a thing you're doing for him, even if you're doing it. I don't know. People should chime in. Are you team no connect? I mean, I really am team no connections these days. So domestically, I'd probably choose economy unless I was flying by myself. Then I would probably go business.
Yeah, see?
I'm so full of crap.
I know. I would probably pick business if it's because there's a tight connection too. It's like an hour. It's not a long layover or anything like that. It's not like I'm flying to Charlotte first and then back. Like it all kind of makes sense and works. It's only adding like an hour and a half to the whole time frame. So I was like, this works.
Well, let's talk some of the miles and points news we have this week, starting with your bank account bonuses. Now, you used to do this on the site, and then obviously you weren't here for a few years, but you brought it back and you went over your 2025 bank account bonuses, because we do talk about this on the show. We cover some of the deals, and $6,000. I mean, that's not chump change at all.
No, and I mean, you do have to pay taxes on that because unlike the sign-up bonuses on credit cards, it's not a rebate on spend. This is a 1099 interest income taxable event. So you can shave some off from that. And I know some people are like, oh, well, if I have to pay tax, I don't want to do it. Well, having 80% or whatever it is of more money is still more money. Like if you're like, I'll give you $100, you have to give 20 to the government. But people are like, no, I don't want to do that. you still end up with $80. What are you talking about? So that's my thinking on it, unless it changes your tax bracket or something, but I think that's a thing of the past anyway. So yeah, the goal beginning of the year was I wanted to fund a retirement account, a Roth IRA fully, with bank bonuses. So looking for 7,000. Came up a little bit short, and I'll have to tell you, I hated the experience because the stress of trying to find a new one all the time. And then bank bonuses can be a little bit more of a pain in the butt sometimes, where you sign up or you try to sign up, you go through all the process, and they're like, oh, no, you're denied, or you need to come into the branch and all this stuff. So I didn't do it again this year solely because of that. And I've been laxing on it so far this year. But I usually would get between $2,500 and $3,500 each year. So this was quite a bit step up when I focused on it. And that was between me and my wife. And if you want to just dip a little bit into this, I would just focus on the big ones. Like I think Huntington Bank was the biggest. It was a business checking for 1,500. Did another one, a Flagstar, which was a targeted mailer for 1,000, which was a business checking. Chase always has a good savings and checking one for $900. So I'd focus on those easy ones that are huge, or go the other way, like the Spruce we talked about on the show a couple weeks ago. Super easy, quick $100. Refer your spouse. You get another 100 for that, plus them 100 sign up. $300 took me like 3 minutes of work. So I focus on those types of things.
Yeah, I like that you in the article you have all of your past years that you did it, and obviously with a hole in between for when you weren't writing for us. But it kind of shows like how you've progressed with this, and like the Huntington bonus is great. Like is $1,500, sure, that's going to juice up your numbers, but those bonuses do come along. A few years ago, there was this crazy Wells Fargo bonus that was very similar, and yeah, I mean $1,500 for one thing. Sometimes you are grinding it out with smaller bonuses, and I think people should just look at, okay, what's the amount of work here? How does it, how does it affect my life? And then at least take the low hanging fruit, do the ones that are easier. I know people like me, I don't have a direct deposit. You might have one with your spouse, but it's like, that's always a problem. But there are resources that say, okay, how can I make it look like a direct deposit? I was just talking to a normie friend yesterday I had lunch with who does a few bank bonuses a year. I was so proud of him. I was like, this is
Yeah.
amazing.
My parents are the same way. They're like, oh, we can't touch that money because we had a Chase checking bonus. I was like, wait a second. You guys know how to do this?
Yeah, I mean it's cool to hear that. My friend is on he's on Social Security, just newly on Social Security, so he's been switching his payment every month to something different, and he's using that as his direct deposit. I think it's great because that's really been my issue is just getting that direct deposit requirement. But as you say, I think Doctor Credit has probably the best resource for keeping track of data points on what works and what doesn't for most stuff. Is there any other good resource that you found?
No, I think they're the main one for those types of things. And then just being in, like, if you're in Diamond and stuff, people will ask, "Hey, what'd you use for this bank bonus?" and stuff like that. But Doctor of Credit has it pretty well laid out. Just make sure you click on the actual data points to see how old they are and things like that. Some of them can be several years old, which might not work. But there's other ones like big. There's some banks that, and I think we've talked about this with U.S. Bank before. When you sign up, you can fund it with a credit card. There's $3,000 in spend. If you're struggling to meet a sign up bonus, or like, let's say this card's 10,000 min spend is just out of your reach, maybe you sign up for a bank account, you knock 3,000 off the top, and that puts it within reach for you. So you can use these in different ways versus just earning money. Like, it helps you, one, redeem points at a higher rate at times for certain banks, and two, you can sometimes get spending done that you wouldn't have been able to do otherwise.
And this is real money, so use it however you want. Use it for your travel, use it to buy yourself something nice, use it to retire, for your Roth IRA. You can use it for anything. It's real money. So I never understood why people would get mad that you're getting a 1099 for real money. I mean, I get it. It's nice that cash back on a credit card, the rebate, a welcome offer is great that it's not taxable, but yeah, this is still good stuff. Don't overlook it.
Yeah. Spend a little bit of time. Once you do one, the next one's even easier, things like that. I'm lucky enough that my wife's, you can change where money's going up for her check online fairly easily. So but I do get the death stare every time. Hey, need you to log into your, your work account so I can put a new checking account in there. I'm sure if they ever look or audit her, it looks weird. But yeah, outside of burning wife points, it's not too bad.
Well, maybe your wife would love to have 100,000 Advantage miles, Mark, and that will
She
make
wouldn't
it all
care.
better. She won't care. That's not enough. A million? Would she be happy with a million?
No, she wouldn't. You could be like a billion. She'd be like, what? Okay.
Well, you could win 100,000. American Airlines 100 years old, and their centennial sweepstakes is happening. So they're giving away 100,000 Advantage miles to 100 winners. So a decent amount of winners too, not just one grand prize here. This is going through July 31st, and you can enter every day with your Advantage number. And then if you put in a booking number, you can get 100 bonus entries as well. I mean, it's worth trying. I mean, would you do this every single day? Go to the website. I'll forget, but at least knock in some entries. And if you have a booking, you can get those bonus ones as well.
Yeah, I forget to do it. I'm sure there's somebody that set up something that does it automatically, like a bot or something. And other people have been successful just putting it. If you have a flight that's kind of in that time frame, might be worth putting the locator in there just to see if it works. I think it's supposed to be you book it during that time, but some people have been okay with doing it if they're flying during that time. So I'm going to try after this. I forgot to do it, but I'm going to try to do our flight to Vegas and see if that triggers it, and we'll go from there because that adds up quickly. And a lot of people are like, it's not worth the time. It only takes a couple seconds. I've totally put this in the show notes so I could just say, hey, you never know. I did go to Hawaii for $6 with Arby's.
Yes, I'm still bitter about that because I actually got to the final part of the checkout that a lot of people didn't get to. I got further than, we knew a lot of people doing this, and I'm sure around the world there was a lot of people doing it. I'm not bitter at all. I think that's great. And people who haven't been following us or watching us, I know Mark wrote all about it on the site. You can go back and look about his Arby's adventure to Hawaii. But yeah, I mean, yeah, why not? We used to see more of these. Like, remember, like there was all kinds of games, and I feel like we don't have as many. This isn't a game. This is just a regular sweepstakes, but we need more of those like games where they give you different points you play every day. There used to be much, I don't know. Am I making this up that there was more of that in the past?
I just want Monopoly back at McDonald's the old way before the guys started stealing all the game pieces. But no, and the crazy thing is, can you believe that was 7 years ago, almost like to the day? It was, I think it was April of 2019, end of April.
Wow.
7 years.
Crazy.
Oh,
and it would take
I still remember
6
that.
years to go back, and then you would trash Hawaii.
I still remember that phone call with my wife though after I won, because I didn't even know what the date was. Like, and it was the next week. It was like, I think I won on a Monday, and it was like the following Friday or something crazy like that. And I was like, oh crap, I don't even know when I'm supposed to go. So I call my wife and I'm like, hey, is it okay if I go to Hawaii next weekend? And she's like, for what? I said, I won a competition. I don't know. I'm going for $6
to go eat a beef and cheddar on the sand.
She said, do I get to go too? And I said, no. She goes, I hate you. You suck. I'm like, okay. She goes, I'm going to go. I'm having a horrible day. I'm going to go eat some fries or something for lunch, like stuff my face. So make sure you go to Arby's. We got to support him. And she hung up on me.
A perfect way to end the conversation. Absolutely wonderful. But let's talk about Hawaii, Hawaiian, Alaska. And Alaska is doing something very strange that other airlines haven't done. They're keeping the Hawaiian brand. They're not merging it in. They're trying to keep the distinct identity of these two airlines, which is interesting. But they are making a move. They're going to bring all their credit cards under Bank of America. Currently, Hawaiian has their cards at Barclays and Alaska at Bank of America. There is also a Bank of Hawaii card for Hawaiian that I believe must be going under Bank of America. They didn't really cover that here, but yeah, Bank of America, 30 years a partner with Alaska, and now they're just bringing it all in-house, bringing all the Hawaiian stuff. But this has been a very lucrative partnership for Bank of America as they've seen Alaska grow from this like tiny regional carrier into a huge player in the space.
Yeah, and I like that they're keeping the airlines separate. I think Hawaiian has like a unique flair to it and a unique feel that is kind of cool that they're keeping it. We've talked about Alaska. I don't love that in-flight experience. Like, it's kind of boring and not all that exciting. Like, you would think it'd be a little bit different besides their like boxed water they give you. It's just kind of, it's meh. I don't know. So I like Hawaiian. I think it's cool that they're keeping that going. But this doesn't surprise me. We've seen it happen now with like Citi taking over American Airlines. Even you talk about hotels. It used to be Citi and American Express had Hilton. Now it's all American Express. So this kind of felt inevitable. It's cool to see them extend the partnership. We've seen them launch the Summit card, which I think is one of the better cards, new cards to launch in quite some time. They did a really good job with that. And we talk so much about how frequent flyer programs are like the heartbeat of these airlines and hotels. And I think Alaska is really kind of set up well in that respect, where it's a smaller airline. I mean, it's bigger now than it used to be, but it's still smaller compared to the big three. But I think their program really has a foothold there, and they're selling miles at a rate that's probably higher. They're out punching their weight class, I guess you could say, would be my guess.
And Atmos, I mean, I love the logo. I love the name. I don't know. There's just something about the program that I enjoy. They did tease that they're going to come out with enhanced benefits and new cards. I mean, that's nothing new here in 2026, where every card seems to get refreshed every 3 months anyway. So it's not like they weren't going to do that. But maybe more premium offerings. As you said, they did a really good job on their last refresh. But now with Bank of America having the whole thing, we should expect better stuff. And yeah, good news. Again, if you have any info, we don't know if the Bank of Hawaii, I mean, I know this doesn't matter unless you're in Hawaii. And for a long time, for people who don't know, they always had the separate Bank of Hawaii Hawaiian card that was separate from the mainland version of the card, which is Barclay card now. So yeah, it's an interesting sort of thing. But I do love that Atmos logo. It's just could a loyalty program have a sexy logo? I don't know, but I like it.
Carpet and now airline logos or loyalty program logos. But no, I think it's been fun to see like Bank of America. Another one, kind of like Alaska, and Bank of America's third wheel. It's probably like the fourth option for bank, maybe fifth for some people. And so it's cool to see them get such a strong partner that it competes with the big ones, and maybe that will grow. And I could see them coming out with like a premium business card and something like the Summit card, but on the business side. And I think people would really like that.
Yeah, just Bank of America, get a better website. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
sucks.
2026. We can,
Payment
I mean,
system,
we have AI.
everything. You are
Get
terrible.
some get some of those AI models to code you a new website. Yeah, Bank of America, once you're in with them, it's a great bank too. I've enjoyed my banking relationship with them for a long time, and especially on the credit card side, very lucrative, and always good to see them getting better. But let's move over to Amex and this Hilton offer. This is a previous offer that other people have had, comes back every year or so, and we just came back again. So here's some of the targeting that people have on their cards, on their Hilton cards. Spend 15,500 or more, earn 45,500 bonus points. Spend 5,500, get 15,500 bonus. Spend 4,500, get 8,500 bonus. So this really could stack up to 15x, right?
Yeah, and each of those offers is basically the top two are just under an extra 3x per dollar, and you can do each of these three times. So you could spend, what is that, $46,500 on your card and knock this out three times on the top
Impressive
tier
math.
offer. Yeah, I did it right on the spot. But so you're getting 3x from that. If this is on your Surpass card and you spend it in like the gas, dining, grocery category, that's 6x. So now we're talking 9x on the spend if you pair it up perfectly, where you do dollar for dollar and you trigger that bonus. But if you haven't done any of the spend towards your free night cert, that's another like 6x on top of that. If you use that cert at a hotel that's 90K or above, which has gotten easier and easier to do, back in the day that was like peak, or 80K was peak, but now you can get up to like 200K, 250K. So if we're talking 90K, which is a pretty reasonable target, I think, then you get an extra 6x. So 6x from the 15K free night, 6x from the Surpass if you do it in the bonus earning category, and then 3x from this bonus, this Amex offer on the first 15,500 and spend. If you get that top tier offer, that's 15 times per dollar, half a cent per point. You're talking 7.5% return. I know that was a lot of math for people that are listening. I'm sorry, but hopefully you followed along there.
Yeah, if you're still listening, there's a whole article about this that I'll break it down for you. Hopefully, I threw up some of those numbers on the screen as he was talking to make it a little bit easier. Certainly a worthwhile offer. Check if you're targeted. And we'll put a link in the description so you can kind of dive into how that's all working and how Mart came to that conclusion with his math, his fast math there.
Yeah.
But
yeah, once you get past the free night cert, then it's only like you're earning the 6x from the card and 3x from the Amex offer. Not quite as tempting, but maybe you're spending your way up to 30K for the Aspire free night cert, something like that. I mean, there's definitely some value to be had there for anybody that likes Hilton and was planning on spending on their cards anyway.
definitely, but let's talk annual fee refunds. And this is another guide on the site. We've been slowly going through, updating stuff, getting them live. And this basically, how do you get an annual fee refund? Because a lot of us, we forget. There's great people in this hobby who are so organized, and they have their spreadsheets, and they're on top of every annual fee, and they know when it's going to hit and strategically, but a lot of us aren't. And we need to know, like, hey, I screwed up. The annual fee got charged. How do I get refunded? Can I get my money back? Maybe I can downgrade to get a prorated version back. Anyway, this guide will show you every bank, how you do it, what your options are.
Yeah, and then the time lanes have changed for some. Like City has a weird one. I think it's 37 days. It used to be 60 days. Now it's 37 days, which doesn't make any sense how they came to that. But there, most of them, if you do it within 30 days of the annual fee posting, you're fine. You always want to let that first or the second one, the second annual fee after your first year post, because you don't want to cancel a card before that first annual fee post. If you earned a welcome offer, they might pull that back. So just shoot for in between the 30 days. Sometimes it makes sense to hold on a bit longer, take advantage of some perks. Then you get into, can I downgrade and get a prorated refund? Some banks just give you a prorated refund. It all depends. So it's good to know before you dive in. Capital One's weird where they don't give you anything if you downgrade. It makes no sense. These are the options. Read the guide, check it out before you close anything, so you kind of know what you're working with. And if you live in Massachusetts, you don't have to worry about any of this. You can fast forward through this whole section.
Yeah, that's always fun to get the Massachusetts carve outs. We need that law everywhere else. Yeah, I mean, hey, raise your hand if you've ever screwed up and gone past the grace period on an annual fee and had to pay it for the next year. Yeah, me, everybody in this hobby. Of course, if you're sitting out there and you're not raising your hand, you're lying or you're perfect. But most of us aren't. And yeah, this is just a good thing because we don't remember all this stuff off the top of our head. Like you said, 37 days, random numbers, different from all the banks. And yeah, the best banks, they let you, after you screw up, they let you downgrade. But,
Yeah.
what can we do?
Yeah. Or at least hopefully have an option to downgrade. Not always the case.
Nope. But let's close with this 2.5x for Chase Edit hotels with your Sapphire Reserve. Hey, normally it's just 2x is the thing. There's 26 hotels. They're all fancy and expensive hotels on this list, but you can get 2.5x on your points.
Well, you're not even guaranteed to get 2x anymore. Like, you don't know. And that's like 2 cents per point, 2.5 cents per point if you redeem through their portal on the Edit credit or on the Edit hotels. And the cool thing is, if you still have the Edit credit, that perk, you can pair that up with points so you can burn that credit and then pay the rest with your points up to 2.5 cents. I wish they would have kept it that way at 2 cents per point, because it gives you something to hang your hat on once they pulled away the 1.5 cents for all things booked through the Ultimate Rewards or the Chase Travel Portal, whatever the hell it's called now. They took it away, and they gave you the bottom of 1 cent per point, and then you hope to randomly find these things that give you closer to 2 cents per point when you're searching, which is just annoying that you're going in there, and that's probably what they want, is you to do every search there first, see what it comes up with, hope you strike gold. But this is kind of fun that they're giving you even above and beyond that on guaranteed properties. Hopefully they add to the list, or let's just bring back 2 cents for all the Edit hotels and move on.
I don't like to hang hats though. I place them, I lay them. So I don't know about all that. See the outtakes at the end of the show if you want to know reference to that. Yeah, I mean, there are some Edit hotels that are not as expensive though, and these all seem like very, very expensive ones. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of value unless you're going super high end with any of these programs. But yeah, it's nice 2.5x. As you point out, it's not what it was. The value was much better in the past. But if you're looking for the Nobu Hotel San Sebastian, here you go.
There you go. No, and maybe you'll find dates that are crazy expensive, and when you're getting 2.5 cents per point, it kind of you can bring it down to what you would pay for a $600 Hyatt somewhere, or a higher category Hyatt. You could be in that realm. So I think it's definitely worth checking if you're traveling to those areas, see what happens, and go from there. But man, this just makes me. I don't miss the Chase Travel Portal as much as I miss the Business Platinum 1.5x on any business class on any airline. That was such a good perk. I don't know why they took it away. It wasn't like outlandish by any means. You had to be booking business, but it really opened up some international. If you found a really good deal for international travel in business class for like $1,500, you're like, oh, maybe I should book this through the portal. And now you can't. That's stupid.
Well, don't worry, because those fares do not exist in the world anymore. There is no cheap airfare anywhere. Don't have time to talk about it today, but it's just getting uglier and uglier by the day when I'm searching for some upcoming trips. And it's fine. Economy is still. I keep thinking, because I'm always looking for business class, that if you would just love flying economy long haul, like you really have it made in this hobby. Because even now, where things are, I don't know, they're kind of crunchier, they're hard to get the awards and all that. Economy is still pretty wide open, even if it's a little bit more than it was a little bit before.
Well, unless they hammer you with the taxes and fees, but no, there's
Yeah,
still a lot of
yeah.
there's still a lot of
No flying
value.
blue or Virgin.
Yeah, there's still a lot of value to be had there. And I think like if you live on the East Coast and you're flying to Europe, that's not a bad flight, especially coming home during the daytime. I would fly that economy if that gets you another trip versus trying to find business, or if you've just given up. And a lot of people overlook premium economy. That's still a solid option. The rates are still pretty locked in, lower end. So don't be Sean and only do business.
What? I'm literally willing to go fly economy to do a direct flight to bring it back full circle. But yeah, I'm flying premium economy, nice and fancy Condor premium economy next month, unless something better comes up, of which
is
I
probably
have zero
just a
hope
block
that it
middle because it's Condor.
It's 4 extra inches of legroom, Mark. 4 extra inches of legroom. Big deal there. But let us know what you guys think about anything we talked about today. You excited for Alaska getting new Bank of America credit cards, the AA sweepstakes, points boost? Are you still using that? Has this been something with all these different promotions that's working, or do you miss the old days? Let us know down in the comments your best bank bonuses. What's the best bank bonus that you ever get? What's the most money you ever got from a single bonus? Let us know down below. We do 2 shows a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 3 days a week over in Vegas. Check us out there. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you next time.
To think I drove all the way to Chicago just to open that Wells Fargo account. Crazy. Have a good weekend, everybody.
And to see American Girl dolls, right?
There you go. Something to rest their hat on, or would that rest their, what am I trying to say? Something to put their hat on, lay their hat on?
Yeah,
you don't know?
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't know what the
No, I think they all sound good to me.
It gives you something to hang. There we go. Hang.
The captain has turned on the seatbelt light. Please take